Drives it into right center field. Hit it, Todd. This baby is way back. Out of here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. I kind of sound a little bit like Mad Dog Russo right there. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Now here's the problem with Pete Rose. Pete Rose gambled on the game. That's why he can't get in the Hall of Fame. Now you got these Astros, they're cheating over there, and I can't explain the Altuve thing. Somebody explain the Altuve thing, because I don't get the Altuve thing. But you got the Astros, and you got them cheating, and then you got Pete Rose over here. He wants to get in. But we ain't got the Mad Dog today. Instead, we just got me, Eric, and I'm talking about Pete Rose. So we're going to talk a little Pete Rose today because he does want to get back into the Hall of Fame. He put in another petition or whatever request for reinstatement to the commissioner with his lawyer, and they're arguing now, hey, the Astros are cheating, they're not getting in trouble. We had the whole steroid era, all of the other guys doing all this stuff, and they're not getting in that much trouble. How are you going to ban me for life? The hits leader banned for life. I can't get in, and all I did was bet on my own team. And I got some thoughts on this. Now, first of all, I'm going to say I'm a Pete Rose fan. I'm a big Pete Rose fan. It's nothing to do with him as a human being. It's because of his playing career. That guy gave it 120% every freaking game. That's how you play the game. And I played baseball. There was no way. I didn't have the energy. I mean, I love the game and I played hard, but not to that level. I mean, just to go out there and you're sprinting 100%. He's diving head first every time. I mean, he's just absolutely going out there and giving it everything he has, leaves it all on the field. And that's how he is. He goes 100%. He goes full force. He has got an addictive personality where he is not going to, I mean, once he starts in something, once his mind is set on something, he goes all the way. And that was to his benefit when he played. It was to his detriment after he retired, and then he starts getting into gambling. And what did he do? He went full 100% on gambling. The guy went 100% with gambling, and he started, of course, with probably football and basketball, other sports, and you know he was going to come to baseball. Baseball's his sport. He knows it more than any other sport. I mean, I know if I was betting, I'm not betting on football and basketball. I'm going to mostly bet on baseball because I feel like I know baseball better and I have a better chance to win my bet. So obviously Pete Rose started doing that, and you knew it was only a matter of time he starts betting on his own team because he's in control of his own team, and that's when he crossed the line completely. Now, it needs to be said, 1919 was a long time ago. Pretty much no one else is alive who was alive back then unless they were like a baby. So 1919 was when the White Sox scandal went down in that World Series, and nobody remembers it because we weren't alive. So that's kind of a problem now because it's so far in the past that we don't know how crazy that was. That had to be like the Astros scandal times 10. They didn't cheat to win. They cheated to lose. They lost the World Series on purpose for money in a betting scandal. Not the entire team, but enough of them to lose. And the White Sox were much better than the Reds at that time. They were the heavy favorite, but the Reds won that World Series. So that World Series can be considered tainted. You're not going to take it from the Reds because the Reds didn't do anything, but that World Series really should have been probably the White Sox World Series, but it wasn't. That's when MLB created the commissioner. That's when MLB said, from now on, anybody who bets on baseball while you're employed by baseball as a player, coach, manager, whatever, if you do that, you're banned for life, period. No discussion. That was to keep people from doing it, deter people from doing it. And Pete Rose did it. Pete Rose gambled on the game. Like I said, huge Pete Rose fan. I even like him when he talks and analyzes the game. He's pretty well spoken. He's an entertaining guy. I am a Pete Rose fan. Not saying he's a good person, but I'm a Pete Rose fan. Nevertheless, you gambled on the game. The rules are clear. I don't see how you reinstate the guy. As far as the Hall of Fame, people may not realize the Hall of Fame is a different entity than Major League Baseball. The Hall of Fame, if they wanted to allow Pete Rose to be voted on to get in, they could, but they determined after Pete Rose got banned for life that anybody who's banned from baseball is also not allowed to be on the Hall of Fame ballot. That is the Hall of Fame's choice. Makes sense? But I do wish that they would make an exception for Rose and put him on the ballot and let the voters have their vote. Now, I don't think he's going to get voted in, and that's another thing. Even if he gets reinstated, it doesn't mean, oh, he's automatically in the Hall of Fame and gets a plaque. He's still got to get elected in. And unfortunately, he's not going to get elected in his lifetime, even if he gets reinstated, because there's too many voters that are not going to vote for him. They won't vote for Bonds. They won't vote for Clemens. You think they're going to vote for Pete Rose, who gambled on baseball and has been banned all this time, has been like the disgrace of baseball? He has no chance. Maybe in years and years down the road after he's passed away, and most of us have probably passed away, maybe they finally put him in, but he's not getting in anytime soon. Should he get in? I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think he deserves to be reinstated in baseball. I think they have to stand by that. So really, I have more of a beef with the Hall of Fame than Major League Baseball. I think the Hall of Fame shouldn't have put that rule. They made that rule after it, and it does make sense in a way. I mean, if you're banned from baseball, how are you going to be allowed to be in the Hall of Fame? But I'm just saying, let them have their vote. I mean, if the voters still, despite the fact that a guy's banned from baseball, they still give him the 75%, well, that means this guy, something must be special about this guy. And there is something special about Pete Rose, the way he played the game. It's a shame that it had to happen to him, that he was the guy that gambled of all players. If it could have been anyone else, if it was like Rob Deere or something, or I don't know, Julio Franco, all due respect to these guys are awesome. I'm just using them as examples. Like if it was one of those guys, nobody would really bat an eye. They'd be like, they're banned for life and there's no discussion. But because it was Pete Rose, the hits leader, the guy who played the game harder than anybody, Charlie Hustle, because it was him, it's really tough to see him not in the Hall of Fame or not even get a vote, and it's rough, but that's the situation. So I guess bottom line is, no, I don't think he should be reinstated. I don't think that he should be allowed in baseball, and if the Hall of Fame, who is their own separate entity, determined that if someone's banned from baseball, they're not allowed in the Hall of Fame, then so be it. He's not allowed in the Hall of Fame, and it hurts. It hurts me because I am a Pete Rose fan, and I believe he should have a plaque, but he gambled on the game and the rules are clear. And it really has nothing to do with the Astros or the steroids or anything else. And that's what Rob Manfred said. He said he's not going to judge somebody because of what someone else did. That makes no difference. I'm not saying that the Astros situation was handled correctly. The players definitely deserve to be punished, but they're not because they were offered immunity for statements. I mean, this is the route he took, and he knew also with the Players Association there was going to be problems in figuring out who did what and how long to suspend who. So he said, hey, the manager and the GM will be held responsible. Y'all need to keep your house clean. And they did not. Therefore, they got in trouble. They got fired. They got suspended. I know it's tough. And in the future, now that this has happened, hopefully they'll handle it better if this should happen again, and players should and will get punished. But at this particular time, there's really nothing they can do. They got offered immunity. What can you do? That has nothing to do with the Pete Rose situation, in my opinion. Just because one thing is wrong doesn't mean we should do this thing wrong. Banned for life. I know a lot of people want him reinstated. I know the president said he should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't argue that. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. And I know you see like, well, you just said he shouldn't be reinstated. They're two different things. He shouldn't be reinstated to baseball, but if they want to give him a vote in the Hall of Fame, and that's the Hall of Fame's decision, then I would be all for it. I would be all for putting him on the ballot and letting the voters vote. And if they give him 8%, 4%, well, clearly he's not getting in, but give him a vote. Give the guy a chance. Get him on the freaking ballot, but don't reinstate him into baseball because that's what the punishment was back in 1919. They never said if you gamble on baseball, you're never allowed in the Hall of Fame. They said if you gamble on baseball, you're banned from the game for life. The Hall of Fame said you're not allowed in the Hall of Fame. There are two different things going on here that kind of get combined into one. So let's make that clear. Do not reinstate him, in my opinion. Hall of Fame. Find a way to get this guy on the ballot. See what the voters do. There's no way he's getting 75%, but at least he's going to get that chance. At least he'll have that chance because that's Charlie Hustle. That's Pete Rose. That's the hits leader. That's one of the greatest players of all time. At least Bonds and Clemens and those guys, at least they're on the ballot. I can give the Hall of Fame credit. They put him on the ballot. You can't blame the Hall. You can't blame baseball that Bonds and Clemens are not in the Hall of Fame. You only can blame the voters. So what do you guys think about Pete Rose? I'm telling you now, I don't think he should be reinstated because I think you have to stick to that rule. Banned for life. It's in every clubhouse. It's plastered all over. You bet on the game, you're banned for life. You bet on the game, you're banned for life. 1919, they threw the World Series. That was a scandal bigger than anything we've seen. Bigger than the strike. Bigger than the Astros. Bigger than the steroids. I mean, that had to be insane. But nobody's left to talk about it and tell us how bad and crazy it was because it was in 1919. Pete Rose was great. I feel like he should have a plaque, but unfortunately, I don't feel like he should be reinstated. And if that means he doesn't get a plaque, that's just what that means. That's up to the Hall of Fame, and it sucks. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, put it down below, and I can make sure to explain myself because I know there's a lot of confusing facts here when it comes to Major League Baseball, the Hall of Fame, reinstatement, getting in. There's a lot of details here, but at the end of the day, I do think he should be allowed to be on the ballot. but that's the Hall of Fame's choice to ban him from the ballot. I do not think he should be reinstated into baseball because I think they have to stick with that rule and make sure that everybody knows. But I don't think he's going to get in anyway. I just want him to get that chance. I do feel like he deserves that chance because I would vote for him. There's no doubt about that. Thanks, guys, once again. You all have a fantastic day. Check the links in the description below. Check out my Twitter account. Follow me there. Talking a lot over there. Got a lot of interesting topics that I can't make videos for that I try to cover over there so you can get more of my thoughts on a variety of different baseball topics because I can't make a video on everything. Y'all have a great day. Let me know what you think below. Pete Rose, what do you guys think? I'm going to talk to you later. See ya!
When the Giants come to town.